Hi and welcome to this soothing lower body stretch routine and today 24 of the January challenge on Yoga with Ilona. Yesterday in the challenge we had a spicy lower body workout, so if you did that one, this is going to be a really great way to stretch it out if you're feeling a little bit of the burn from yesterday. And if you're practicing as a one-off, this is a great way to open up the lower body, so the hips, the hamstrings, the legs. And we will get started lying on our backs today. So make your way down to lying on your back and start by just entering your yoga practice, bringing your hands to your belly, feeling some gratitude to yourself for showing up on the mat today. And coming into your breath, breathing in and out through the nose. And today I invite you to release any sense of judgment or criticism on yourself. So I think often we have this inner monologue that is judging everything we do, saying that's not good enough, you should try harder at that, you're lazy, you're not as good as them. But really that voice is not the truth. It's just a self-sabotaging voice that we all have. So I invite you today in your yoga practice to really just set all of that aside and just take more of a neutral attitude to what you're doing. Showing yourself kindness and love. Now we'll bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug for Apanasana. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Feel an amazing release through your lower body already. The hip flexors, the lower back as well. Just rocking gently from side to side. And then you can take the hands onto the knees and make some nice big circles, drawing circles, using the hands to move your knees around. And then taking the circle back the other way. Very nice. And then take the right knee into the chest, just the right knee. Extend the left leg out along the floor. Let that left leg totally relax as you bring the right knee in. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale out. And then take the right knee out to your right side. Bring your left hand down onto the hip or just onto the mat by your side. Feel that amazing stretch in your right inner thigh. Take a few breaths here. Another deep breath in. And then as you exhale, pass the right knee across the body, coming into a supine twist. Let your right arm relax by your side. Let your right leg come all the way across you. And you can use that left arm to hold the right knee off the mat, or you can let it drop all the way over so the right knee is touching the floor. If you like a very deep twist here, take a couple of nice deep breaths into the space where you feel the twist. Nice. And now bringing yourself back into the center, take your hands around the back of the right leg. If you do have a yoga strap, you could also use a yoga strap to hold the leg up. Otherwise, just interlacing the hands around the back of the thigh and letting the weight of the leg be heavy into the hands. As long as you feel a stretch, that's all we're trying to do here. So if you are very flexible, you can let the leg come closer to the body, but you really don't have to. Just take it to where it feels like a healthy stretch for you. And then you can flex and point your toes. Roll out the ankle one way and the other. And then from there, you can take your left fingers to your left big toe. So the peace fingers come around the big toe. If you can't reach, of course, bend your knee as much as you need to. So either the leg will be extended or the knee will be bent. Then taking the right arm alongside you, let the right leg come all the way across the body for another twist, this time with the leg extended. And just find your breath here for a couple of rounds. Another deep breath in. And exhale, bend into that right knee. Staying on the right side for one more pose. We'll come to a half happy baby. So bring the right fingers around the right foot now, or around the big toe, the peace fingers around the big toe, and draw your right knee out and down towards your right armpit. And let your right arm extend and the leg to drop out to the side. You can use your left hand to press your left hip down to the mat. And if it feels too tricky or your head doesn't touch the floor when you reach for your right foot, then just take your hand around the back of the thigh. This should feel like a nice soothing stretch, so nothing too crazy. Keep modifying everything as much as you need to make it feel good in your body. And then release. Let that right leg extend. Now your right leg will feel way longer than the left. We'll balance it out now. Bring the left knee in towards the chest. Give that left knee a hug. Take a couple of breaths here. Completely letting your right leg relax into the floor. Letting yourself be totally present with your breath as we move through these stretches. Completely present in your yoga practice. And then using the left hand, take the left knee out towards your left shoulder, feeling that stretch in your left inner thigh. Use your right hand to plant the right hip down towards the mat. Feel that amazing stretch. Another deep breath in. And as you exhale, pass the left knee across the body, coming into your supine twist, bringing the left knee into the right hand, and then either propping the knee up with your right arm or letting the knee come all the way over onto the other side, feeling that amazing stretch, the outside hip through your whole lower back. All these stretches are amazing if you experience any lower back discomfort from sitting at a desk or running or whatever. Another deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring it into the center now. Take the hands interlaced around the back of the left leg. Use that resistance, holding the back of the leg. Let the leg go completely heavy into the hands. Really soothing ourselves with this practice by not forcing anything further than feels good or feels nourishing. Just gently stretching out the lower body. Now bringing yourself into that half happy baby. So left fingers come to the big toe of the left foot, or you take the left hand around the back of the thigh and just let that left knee drop out to the side. A few breaths here. And now taking the right hand around the left foot, so onto the outside of the foot or the peace fingers around that big toe. Just extending the leg or having as much of a bend in the knee as you need. And then with as much control as you can, making your way over into that extended supine twist. Taking it to a point that feels good for you. Another deep breath in. And as you exhale, come into the center. And now we'll make our way into a full happy baby. So taking the hands around the feet, letting the knees come to the underarms, and then you can sway the body from side to side, maybe taking the peace fingers to the big toes or the hands around the outer edges of the feet, making sure that our elbows are extended, our arms are on the insides of the knees, and just taking a few deep breaths as you sway from side to side. Nice. And then letting the feet come towards each other, bending the knees even more. So you're making this funny like frog shape with the legs. Curl your head and neck off the floor and create resistance between the hands and the shoulders. So you'll feel a stretch in the hips, in the inner thighs, the whole lower body really, and especially in the backs of the shoulders. Take a full breath in here. And now making your way into the center of the mat. Take your legs up. If this feels enough for you today, you're feeling tired or drained, just take your legs up like this. You could take your hands around the backs of the legs. You could even just prop your legs up against the wall or the sofa or a chair or something. If it feels accessible to you, press the hands into the floor and scoop the legs back over you. So you're coming to a plow position. You can either just support the lower back with your hands and let the legs extend, or you can take the toes towards the top edge of the mat, really extending the legs, and then walking the shoulder blades closer together underneath you, and if it's accessible again, interlacing the fingers on the mat, feeling this wonderful stretch down the whole back body, down the backs of the legs, an incredible lower body release. And this is such an internalizing, inward-looking pose, which I find has a very grounding and soothing energy. Perfect for if you're feeling anxious or stressed. Just a few breaths here. Finding that stillness. And then when you're ready, slowly, slowly roll out, coming as slowly as you can, finding as much control. And if you were in the plow pose, just making your way to this right angle shape, extending the legs up. Hug your lower belly towards the spine, just to reset your spine here. And then you can bend the legs. And we'll make our way, when you're ready, to a tabletop position. From here, inhale, and as you exhale, make your way back into a downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths here, pedaling out the feet, bending one knee and then the other. And then reach your right leg high, open the hips out towards the right side, extend the leg. You can make a big circle with the right leg, opening up that right hip, bending the right knee, let the foot drop back behind you. Feel that amazing stretch through the left leg. And then step your right foot to the right outside edge of the mat and straighten the leg. So we're coming to this very long triangle shape. Left toes can point out at an angle. Bend the right knee and straighten as you flex the foot. Toes come up. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, move it back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, move it back. And then bringing your elbows down if you can, or just staying up on the hands, coming to a lizard position. Finding your breath here. You can stack your hands or a block underneath your forehead, or just let your head dangle, hang in the middle. You can bring the left knee down. Just finding the version of the pose that feels best on your body today. And taking a few rounds of breath. A couple more deep breaths here. Really getting deep into that stretch. Opening up the hip now. Walking up onto the hands. Use your right hand to press your right knee outwards, just to open up into the hip a little more. Take a full breath in. And then hug your right knee into the center line so it's directly above the right ankle. And then keeping your spine straight, reach back for your left foot. And then lean away from the left foot, and you'll feel this incredible stretch in your left hip flexor. If it feels too much for you, you can drop it down again or take it the other way. Just see what works on your body. You could even grab a scarf or a yoga strap to wrap around your foot if you need it. Trying not to lean away from the right leg, but bringing your body towards it. Feeling this very deep stretch here. And then release, bring your right hand down. We'll step it back to downward facing dog. And ready for the other side. Inhaling, reach the left leg high. Open out that hip, just play around with moving the left leg around in a circle, back behind you. Opening out that hip as much as you can. And when you're ready, step it forward and out towards the top left edge of the mat. And you can just start by rocking back and forth in your lizard position. And then if it's in your practice, you can bring the elbows down to the mat. Rock back and forth again. Maybe bring your right knee down. And we'll stay in whichever version of the lizard pose you're coming to today. We'll stay here for a few rounds of breath. Staying here with your breath a little longer, making sure you've stayed on this side as long as the other side. And then walking up, you can start by just pressing the left knee out with your left hand. Feel this incredible stretch through the piriformis in your pelvis. Nice. And then hug that left knee into the center line so it's above the ankle. And if you can, reach back for your left foot with your left hand and then lean towards that left leg, feeling the stretch in your right hip flexor. Staying with your breath here. And then release the hand down. Press it back to downward facing dog. Give your legs a little wiggle out. And then roll it forward just into a plank position for a moment. Bring the knees down and then lower the whole body to the floor. Bring your hands underneath your forehead. Pick up your left foot, pick up your left knee, bring it behind you for a reverse supine twist. So we're on the belly, letting the left leg come behind you, turning your head out to the left side. Take a breath here. And then back the other way. Right leg comes over the back behind you. An amazing soothing release through your lower belly. And then release into the center once again. Press yourself up to tabletop and back into a child's pose. Option 2, take Shavasana here, or come just to your child's pose and finish off the practice with me. In your child's pose, just taking a few nice full rounds of breath into the lower back. Finding stillness here for a few moments. And when you're ready, making your way up into a seated position on your mat. Bow your head, bring your hands to heart center. Give yourself some gratitude. Thank yourself for practicing yoga today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you loved this soothing lower body stretch yoga practice. If you did, let me know in the comments. And if you have more time and you would like to keep practicing, I will link an upper body routine on the screen here, so you've stretched out the whole body. I hope you have the most beautiful day, and I will see you very soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.